This is Miss Adame from Gallardo Elementary, and today for the mini lesson, I will use non-standard measuring tools for linear measurement. There are three definitions that you need to know before we begin this mini lesson. The first definition is linear measurement. What does that mean? The definition of linear measurement is the measurement that describes how long from end to end an object is. To determine that measurement, we use a unit of length. Unit of length is another vocabulary term you will need to know to be successful in this lesson. Unit of length means the object or unit used to measure length. For example, in this example, we are going to use cubes, but your unit of length that you can use is whatever you have at home, like cubes, ribbon, yarn, paper clips, penny, as long. Let's start with our visual learning from our Envisions.
About how long is the crayon? You can use cubes to estimate. How can looking at one cube help you estimate the length of the crayon? You can form a mental picture of how many cubes to put together to make a train as long as the crayon. The length of the crayon looks like it is about 3 cubes. Check the estimate. Measure with cubes. The crayon is about 2 cubes long. How is measuring the length of the crayon different from estimating the length of the crayon?
So when we're actually measuring the length of the crayon, we're going to refer to our unit of length. So we're using the cube as our unit of length instead of just guessing how long we think the crayon might be.
When you measure the length of the crayon, you find its length instead of making a good guess. Your estimate was about 3 cubes, and your measurement was about 2 cubes. Was the estimate of about 3 cubes a good estimate? Yes, it was a good estimate. The estimate was close. The crayon is about 2 cubes long. Now you know how to estimate and measure the length of an object.
You could also measure that crayon again using a different unit of length, a different non-standard measurement, such as how many pennies long is the crayon, how many paper clips long is the crayon. Now we're going to move on to our solve and share problem in our Envisions workbooks.
How can you use connecting cubes to tell how long the pencil is?
So we are going to use a unit of length to measure the length of this pencil. First, I need to decide what tool I want to use to measure the pencil. I'm going to use counters from the tools page from Envisions to measure the pencil. I drew a red arrow at the beginning of the black line and a red arrow at the end of the black line because we always have to start at the very beginning of the object and continue until the very end of the object. So let's count how many cubes long the pencil is. I'm going to try to line it up the best that I can right here in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's not quite to this black line yet. So I have to come all the way to the end of the object. So, but 11 So the length of the pencil is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 orange squares long.